Hi, it's probably no need to mention that I'm Tony Poulos and I'm here at the DSP Leaders World Forum, and it's wrap-up time. We've reached the end of 2 fabulous days and many sessions and lots of extra shots, and this is the last one. I have with me the 2 hot shots, or should I say big shots of the event, Ray Maistre and Guy Daniels. I'm going to quiz you 2 now on exactly what was the highlight for each of you. And I'm going to start with you, Ray, because I know you've probably got a list as long as my arm, but if you could keep it down to a few points.
I've got a few points on my carefully branded card here, Tony.
I knew it.
The highlights for me, and I think for many people that were here as well and who gave us feedback, the enterprise sessions that we had focused on specific vertical markets. Those were big highlights and gave us a different perspective, and one that was really appreciated by everybody here, even when the people there were saying the telecom sector is not delivering what we need and not doing enough, because that's what everybody needs to hear if it's right, so they can go away and think about how to fix it. And I think also the other sort of, positive from me from a lot of the sessions here was a greater focus on what the customer needs and how the industry can do better in thinking about the customers and working from that position backwards. It's often been talked about, but I think over so many years and at so many telecom industry conferences, we tend to talk about the technology and what technology is coming next, and not so much the customers. And there was a lot more of that this year, and I think the whole event was better for it as well.
Guy.
Highlights for me. Well, obviously, appearing for the very first time on Extra Shot with Tony Poulos has been just a career dream, hasn't it?
I'm not sure the viewers thought that, but nevertheless.
But other than that, I've got to echo what Ray said. It was the market perspectives sessions where we looked at specific verticals. And based on feedback, it's just something we're going to do a lot more of next year. In fact, I had a conversation with one of the delegates a few seconds ago. He just left for the airport, and he said, look, there's this massive disconnect between what telcos think and what they're selling now and what they need to be ready for with their vertical market customers in the next few years, and this is something that is just going to blow up, really.
Yeah, the point, the thing that I love the sessions, but I love the automotive session a lot, and I thought, the guy from Jaguar Rover telling us about case studies and how connectivity was critical for that sector to move forward. It was all about connectivity to me. We think we've got connectivity, but we don't have ubiquitous connectivity. 5G has failed to deliver. We're still not there with 5G. And Neil McRae raised the point at the very end about Starlink. There are network operators around the world now, telcos, that are linking with Starlink to provide that last connectivity that they can't provide themselves. To handsets, they could be a big threat. That could take over a lot of the telco market. Is that possible?
Well, is it a threat, or is it just, it's just an extension? Starlink effectively is a broadband service provider.
Correct.
It's a satellite-based ISP, so it's just another company that's come into this. Now, would any of the traditional telcos have had the resources, imagination, and also have your own rocket launching company to be able to do that? No. So, this is where Starlink comes into play, and is obviously, as we've heard, and as you know, Tony, is providing a really good service. And this is why we're seeing a lot of hookups, not just for the broadband connectivity that can be provided, but also in terms of this satellite to smartphone or direct to cell, services, which are being talked about now. But like so many things, it's really exciting. It's a new service. But will the industry actually make any money out of it? Do the customers want it? And do enough customers want it? And I think that conversation, I'm not sure that conversation has happened yet about that particular segment of the market. But, new companies come in, bring new capabilities that maybe traditional operators or service providers have been able to deliver, and that's good. It really gives the industry a kick up the backside.
Yeah, and I think whether customers want it or not, it's a very, very good point, but we're already seeing these NTNs, these satellite providers lobbying, putting in thetheir ideas into 3GPP, 6G studies, and they don't just want that integration.
They'll be in the standards talks.
No, they want full integration.
Absolutely.
They want to see even like a 6G RAN that's TN plus NTN. Now, whether that's going to happen, hard to say, but it's heading that way.
Yeah, I thought those were the key points for me, but I'm not sure that the telcos know what their customers want, and I'm not sure. And that came up all the time. You mentioned it a minute ago, but I don't think the customers know what they want. They seem to be very happy now with their handset. They're getting 4K videos on their handsets. They do everything. Their whole life revolves around the handset. I don't think they know. They can't go to an operator now and say, I really want more speed or I want more bandwidth. They've got it. What do the customers want from telcos? Maybe we've reached our zenith for a while.
Well, no, I think there's a lot more to be delivered, and I think we're seeing examples of this around the world, and I think it's about bringing different services to customers through one device or through one bundled service. And I think that's something that doesn't happen an awful lot. And I think there's something to be said for the approach that's been taken by Rakuten in Japan. They came at it from a different perspective, where they had a broad range of digital services and then decided to build a communications network as an extra element to that, to be able to add that to the portfolio they had. Now, is there an opportunity for companies that have a mobile network to expand their range of digital services and deliver what customers need, which is they want reliable services, the services they want and need every day through a single device, but also with things like loyalty schemes. We all know these through the supermarkets and we all use them. Oh, I'll go with that one because they're giving me some money off because I'm a member of the loyalty scheme. Why can't that happen in the communications sector? Because are there instances of this? If there are, they're not many, and we don't hear a lot about them. So I think there are models that are not necessarily new, but there are ways in which this industry can expand and do better for the customers. Because at the end of the day, as customers, if we had one device and we could get everything and manage everything through a single app or a single device, I think we'd all want that. But it's difficult to do. I think that would be something that we'd all want to use, surely.
Has he left anything for you to say?
No.
You know what? We have learned something else, as if we didn't know already. He's more interested in the discounts he's going to get from the supermarket than he is from the connectivity. Well, I don't know what else to say after that, Guy. What do you think? Should we call it a wrap?
Well, I reckon we should go to the pub.
What a great idea. So, for all of you out there in, worldwide, hopefully watching The Last Extra Shot, we're off, and we'll see you again next year. Thank you both, and thank you out there.